Welcome to Louisiana, here in Houma, where Louisiana Revolution is getting ready to take on the Charleston Predators. The Bayou meets the mountains on the East Coast. Aerial coverage of today's game provided by Dag's Drone Works, aerial photography and videography services for real estate events, marketing, and more. Learn more at dagsdroneworks.com. Hey everybody, my name is Damon Seaman, and alongside of me is a good buddy of mine, Mr. John Warren, who will be on color with me tonight. John, we got two teams coming in tonight's matchup who are almost identical here, but these two teams have only met 5 times in SFL history, and Louisiana owns the matchup, winning 3 out of the 5 competitions. Can you please inform me, what is your take on tonight's matchup?
Well, it's really a red zone game, and I've got a little bit of math for you here. Louisiana is scoring on 100% of their red zone opportunities, and Charleston is allowing 100% of their defensive red zone opportunities. So I feel like if Louisiana makes it to the red zone, they're in good shape for this game. But I can't wait. It's getting close to gumbo weather, and Louisiana wants to make a dark roux out of Charleston here. So let's see what happens.
Absolutely, and it looks like Louisiana will be receiving the ball first here in tonight's matchup. Both teams coming in tonight's matchup averaging almost identical in first downs.
Yeah, this team is pretty evenly matched in a lot of ways. It's going to come down to that red zone stuff. Charleston's so good at airing out the ball, but they turn it over.
Oh, Liam Hammer fumbles it on the opening kickoff, but it is recovered by his teammate. That was something that if Rigo Denario is not there, this ball is picked up by Charleston because they had 3 guys right there in the vicinity.
This almost began with some big fireworks, but Louisiana lucky to come away with that one.
Absolutely, man. And starting here for Louisiana, quarterback Tommy Utah will be underneath the center, as Louisiana is starting at their very own 20-yard line. I should say 26, that is. Reno calling the signal. Looks like he's going to audible here. Does send a man in motion. In motion is Dwayne Salmons. Salmons is the number 1 back here for Louisiana. There's a pass. That pass is incomplete, intended for Liam Hammer.
Salmons is impressing me as a rookie. He's 12th in the league in yards. 11th in average, which is really impressive, and 11th in touchdowns. So he's a really nice rookie that picked up this year.
Absolutely. They picked up 2 running backs in the first half. Yep. I don't think I've ever seen one team draft 2 backs in the first half ever in my life, no matter the league. Hammer in motion, going to the shorter side of the field. 4-4 is the defense for Charleston. Here's a pitch here to Salmons, and Salmon bulldozes his way over a guy, tackled and brought down after picking up 6 yards.
Yeah, it was good tackle by Sam Blotner to prevent Salmons from getting more yards there, but good run from Salmons.
Third and 4, Louisiana need a first down here, or it's 3 and out. Here is Utah, 4-step drop. That pass is incomplete. Liam Hammer had 2 targets on the first possession, and both of them were incomplete, as Liam Hammer lit the league on fire a few seasons ago when he was with San Diego.
And he still leads his team in yards through the air, so he's still a really reliable target for Tommy Utah, but he couldn't reel that one in.
And Louisiana will be punting the ball away. And here is Vida Lee with the punt. There's the return right at the 30-yard line. Going to be tackled and brought down at the 33. Sorry, we didn't get a chance to go over the offense for Louisiana, but offense for the Charleston Predators. Quarterback, John Lakeman. Halfbacks, they have 2 of them, Seren Storm and Nick Hoagland. Fullback is Terrell Sutherland. Wide receivers, Hannes Adobe, Davius Reed, Benjamin Warner, and Ricky Spider. Tight end, they have 3. My goodness. Lion Trees, Romeo June, and Brian Murphy. We'll get to the offensive linemen, as they do have 5 offensive linemen on this ball club here. Here is Lakeman. Lakeman's going to dump it off the flat. That was almost dangerous right there, as
really dangerous throw.
That was extremely dangerous, my friend.
This is a young offense. We can talk about that in a second, but this is a very young offense, and some of that inexperience shows.
Especially in the receiving core.
Yep.
Here is Lakeman again. 4-step drop. That pass is caught and complete to Davius Reed. Picks up the first down for Charleston. Move the sticks, Mr. Ref.
I was going to say, Davius Reed is that player. He is the veteran presence on this team. He's been in the league for 12 seasons, 3 with Charleston. He's a tone setter for this team, and he reeled that one in some traffic.
Yeah, when you was talking about how many, you was about to mention the amount of years he has been in the league. I was going to say forever.
Yeah. Yeah, he's been in for a long time.
So here's Charleston at their own 46-yard line. Ooh. And that pass is going to be incomplete.
Dangerous pass. Blake Craze was in good position to defend that one, and it's a big target to avoid if you're John Lakeman.
Offensive lineman for the Charleston Predators: DeBrickashaw, Molinix, LaMarcus Jamarcus the fourth, Leroy James, Finley James, and Saint Nebuchadnezzar. Here is Lakeman. Got a man right across the middle of the field. It is Reed once again picks up another first down. His second on the drive.
Yeah, it's clearly want to get Reed involved early, and second on the team in yards, second on the team in receptions. Really reliable target alongside Warner, but Davius Reed is really the veteran calming presence on this offense.
Mm-hmm. And John, when you get a chance, if you don't mind calling out the defense for the Revolution for us when you have the opportunity. Here is Hoagland. Hoagland gets the ball tackled after picking up 1 yard.
Yeah, of course I don't mind. Let's see. We got a veteran defense for Louisiana. Brian Craven, Gary Burney, Neil Rivers, Chance Wall, and on that defensive line. Tommy Wellbrook, Boose, Chuck Diesel, Gary Clem, Blake Craze. I'll go to the secondary after this play.
Here is Charleston in the twin set after the motion. Going across the middle. That pass is caught by their tight end, Brian Murphy. The start of this season, Murphy was lighting things up. I haven't seen a few of Charleston's games here in a couple of weeks, but man, the first couple of weeks, this dude here was bruising defenses right across the middle of the field.
This corner tandem is veterans for this corner tandem in Louisiana. Evan Arthur, Rolliman Hood, Nathan Blake, Dante Grimm in free safety positions, Tank Bennett, and Jim Melanesian in that strong safety position.
Awesome. Charleston picked up 2 first down on the drive on their first possession, and they had to punt it away. Bounces at the 10 and out of bounds.
Good job for Charleston to pin them deep. Louisiana's got a long field ahead of them.
Now here's the kicker here. Louisiana averages right at 29 points per game. Charleston 26, or we can call it 27 if we round it off. Louisiana gives up 23, and Charleston gives up 32. Here's a stiff arm here by Sammons, and Sammons picks up 2.
Another thing with Louisiana, they're always in their games. Their 4 losses have come at an average of about 8 points a loss. So they're always in these games. And Charleston's not had quite the same amount of luck this year.
Louisiana from their own 10-yard line. 2 wide receivers set, going to go single back ace formation here. 4-3 is the defense of Charleston. They're going to bring a little pressure. Pass right across the middle. Incomplete. And that was intended for John Michael Sutton, who just dropped it. Offense for the Louisiana Revolution. Tommy Utah is the quarterback. We talked about Dwayne Sammons, halfback. His co-pilot, Charles Grant Jr., fullback. Cameron Collar. Wide receivers, Lyric Da Vinci, Liam Hammer, Adam Banks, and Reggie Denario. Tight ends, Levi Lease, John Michael Sutton. We'll get to the O-lineman here shortly. There's a man in motion, and that's going to be wide receiver Da Vinci. makes it trips towards the top of the field. Liam Hammer in the slot down to the bottom. Pass down the middle. Oh, nice deflection by the Charleston Predators. And I want to say that was from, I want to say, was it 50? Was it 20? I thought I saw 20.
That was that's a quick 3 and out for Louisiana, so they're gonna have to punt it away.
Yeah, this Charleston defense is looking pretty stout. That's 2 3 and outs for Louisiana to start this ball game. Maybe they're just not warmed up as of yet.
Utah hasn't completed a pass yet, so that's not a great start for Louisiana.
You're right about that. And here's the return from Adobe.
Yeah, good coverage on that return. We got nothing out of it, but good starting position. Obviously, pinning him that deep and getting the 3 and out bodes well for Charleston to get something going here from about midfield.
First and 10 here for Charleston. And they are in a I formation twin set. They're on 48. There's another pass to Davius Reed, and Reed has been the main target so far for John Lakeman.
Yeah, Reed's been outstanding. He's running good routes. He's being tough in the middle. He's getting 50-50 balls. It's a recipe for success if they can keep getting him in open field.
6-yard pickup there by Davius Reed down to the 42-yard line. There's a handoff to Hoagland, and Hoagland picks up 1 yard. I just haven't been able to pop or break anything just yet.
It's interesting that Storm really hasn't had any touches. It's been Hoagland so far. You know, the Charleston's problem hasn't been the passing game, really. It's just turnovers in that passing game, but Lakeman's been airing it out so far.
We're going to go strong jokers here. And no, not going to pick up the first down. As you just mentioned, Storm hasn't had a carry on his first carry. He does pick up 2 yards, but unfortunately cannot pick up the first down. A great defensive stand by the Louisiana Revolution.
They heard me. They said, all right, let's give it to Storm. It didn't work out,
and
but
here
they're going for it.
Charleston is going for it as they are in 4th down territory. And there's a handoff. Hoagland nowhere to go. Stop right at the line of scrimmage by the leader of the inside linebacker group, Mr. Chuck Diesel.
That was a huge tackle in the backfield from Chuck Diesel. What a stop.
That it was. Met him right there, right at the line of scrimmage. He read that play all the way.
Yeah, and he got right in that gap at the perfect time. Turnover on downs. That's a huge turn of events here.
As much as I love interceptions and fumbles as a takeaway, there is no better way than a turnover on downs for a defense. Here is Utah. Patch the ball. Oh, wow. That pass is incomplete.
You know, a lot of these passes from Utah have been on target, but his receivers have not really brought things in. John Michael Sudeth had a drop. You know, he's usually very sure-handed. So, you know, these receivers have really got to do right by Tommy Utah if they want to score some points here.
You're right about that, buddy. They have to help out their QB. 2nd and 10. Hand off to Sammons. Sammons breaks a tackle, picks up about 4 yards there in the game. Picks up 4.
Sammons has been the workhorse all year for Louisiana, and he should get a bunch of touches today.
4 wide receivers that said they want to go empty in shotgun formation. Oh, that ball was tipped. Oh, it's intercepted by the defensive lineman. You got to be kidding me. Robert Cherry comes away with the tip pick to himself. Oh, wow. What an outstanding play.
When you are a defensive lineman, it is your dream to be able to do a tip drill to yourself, interception, completely turn the momentum. You know what? You're right. It feels great to stop a team on downs, but it probably feels really good if you're a D lineman and you pick off a pass like that. Unbelievable.
Absolutely. Because those guys do not get that opportunity very often.
No.
Nonetheless, it is what we saw. A tip pass from the quarterback, right at the line of scrimmage, and the D tackle came away with that one as it was bobbling in the air like a lame duck. Here is Hoagland. Hoagland, nice spin move there. Oh, he's knocked down by 55 of Louisiana.
Charleston created a lot of pressure on that rush of Tommy Utah. Sure-handed. I mean, he doesn't turn the ball over all that much, but he got hit as he threw, and it's a big momentum shifter for Charleston.
Here is John Lakeman. Roll out to his right. No pressure. Got a receiver. Caught for a first down. Benjamin Warner, the rookie. I'm sorry, not the rookie. The first season here with Charleston.
He's really Lakeman's other security blanket, especially in the middle of the field. Lakeman had all the time in the world. What a pocket. He rolled out to the right, but he really had all day. Probably had another 3 seconds before he would have felt any pressure. So good job of that offensive line, creating that nice pocket and that nice space.
Benjamin Warner, the 7-year veteran. Twins. Weak eye formation. Pump fake by Lakeman. Lakeman goes down. Brian Craven with the sack.
Held on too long. He was looking for something downfield. He was pumping. He was looking. He was going through his reads. Brian Craven just there. Too much time. Not enough movement from Lakeman in the pocket to get away from that one. A good wrap tackle.
Brian Craven with his second sack of the season. Gets pressure on Lakeman, and down goes Lakeman. 2nd and 11 here for Charleston. 2 minutes and 45 seconds left on the ticker, right at the 30 or 29-yard line. Another pass caught by Warner.
Lakeman has been outstanding. I think he's missed one ball. Yeah, 7 of 8. He's completing almost 88% of his passes. He's having a great game so far.
And I must say that I agree with you, partner. He is having an outstanding performance so far here in this game. There's a toss to Storm. Storm's going to pick up a few yards, does get the first down.
Great discipline with those offensive lineman assignments to really fake out the D-line. Fake right, toss left. Had a ton of room, got the first down.
Down to the 15-yard line, a 6-yard pickup by Storm. Here's Storm again. Looks like he's tackled and brought down right at the, didn't see if it was the 30, the 13, or the 12.
Now things are flipped here. Charleston now in the red zone on offense. Let's see if they can flip the script on Louisiana here.
Here is Storm. Storm bulldozes his way down to the 11. Make it the 13-yard line.
Strong running from Storm there. As he puts his team in a nice position. 3rd and short here. We're going to try to convert this thing and put some points on the board besides a field goal.
Here's Lakeman, drops back, gets pressured again. No, not a touchdown to Davis Reed. He was out of bounds on that reception. 4th and 2, and Charleston has to settle for a field goal.
That is not an easy catch to make, but Reed's got to be aware of the back of that end zone. He probably could have done a toe tap there to get him bounced. It's awfully close. He's been automatic all day, but we're going to have to try a field goal here.
And on for the kick is Brad Pritchett. There's the snap. The kick is up, and it's good. Brad Pritchett on the season. I'll take that back. That's not. Brad Pritchett on the season is 13 for 30. Or coming into tonight's matchup, 13 for 13, make it 14 for 14. 100% on the season.
7-year kicking veteran, automatic so far this year. One of those bright spots for the 3 and 5 Charleston Predators.
Previous drive, 25 yards, field goal made by Pritchett. 8 plays, 39 yards. Then hammered there on the return down at the 26-yard line, and this is where Louisiana would take over.
That turnover was huge, right? I mean, it leads to points. It puts Charleston on the board, puts Louisiana in a bit of a hole early. It's not a huge deal, but you know, it's certainly not the script that Louisiana wrote for itself when they probably drew this one up.
Yeah, and I just noticed that we did not call out the defense of the Charleston Predators.
I will get that right after this play.
Thank you so much, sir. Such a kind gentleman. Here is Johnny Utah. Underneath the center. 5-step drop. Goes to the progression. Decides to go deep for it all. Tackled and brought down at the 47-yard line. That should be a 27-yard pickup.
Yeah, Cameron Collier, fullback, getting in the defensive backfield and make a good play. The Charleston defensive line we've called out a few times. Thomas Matthews, Anthony Robertson, John Lawley, and Robert Cherry. We called his number before with that interception.
Take it back. Not a 27, but it's a 26-yard pickup. Here is Salmons. Salmons tries a stiff arm, step out of bounds, inches before picking up the first down.
Yeah, Sam, good run by Salmons. The linebacker core for Charleston, Jack Brown, Mojon Tana, Gino McFly, Khalil Thomas. At secondary, Mark Martin, J.W. Hartshorn. Oh my gosh, Hartshorn. Corey Menor.
Hartshorn.
You know what? That's exactly right.
Sorry.
I'm Ron Burgundy. We also got Matt Ryan, Sam Blotner, whose number we called a few times, John Stamango, Guy Incognito, the rookie, 59th pick of the draft. Slow first quarter. Damon?
Yeah, that was a fast moving first quarter there. Man, that one flew by pretty fast.
Let's get some action here.
Possessions in the first.
Let's get some action here in the second.
Absolutely. Here is Utah underneath the center, right at the 32-yard line. Here's Utah, 3-step drop. Gets pressure. He goes down by Corey Minner. Well, take it back. Not Corey Minner.
Anthony Robertson, rookie, the 14th pick in the draft. He's showing why he was drafted so high. He just did a beautiful move to get right by that offensive lineman.
Yeah. That was a nice rip move. And I mentioned Corey Minner. I don't know why I mentioned Corey Minner. I don't think he ever played with Charleston. I know his brother played for Charleston. Corey Minner.
That was Ross Napoli. He flew by.
Here is Utah. No, it's incomplete. The wide receiver group for Louisiana is not helping Utah out tonight.
That's the story of the game so far. I mean, Tommy Utah has completed one pass. These receivers have had chances to get these balls. The coverage has been pretty good from Charleston, but some of these passes, they got to reel those in.
They're going to go empty formation here, empty bunch. Trips down to the left side of Utah. 5-step drop for the QB. Oh, it's another incomplete pass. This time intended for Adam Banks.
Adam Banks is that home run hitter. He's averaging 18 yards, a reception. It's highest on the team, but he could not reel that one in. This got to be frustrating for Tommy Utah.
I can only imagine what the coaching staff is going through. Right?
Yeah, they're probably going nuts right now.
And here's the second punt of the night for Lee. This one's not a fair catch call. That was dangerous by Davius Reed.
Really dangerous.
Oh, man.
That was really dangerous. Yeah, Louisiana's not even really tried to run it with Salmons that much either. Only 5 carries so far. They've put it in Tommy Utah's hands, and it feels like they might need to mix it up when they go into the tunnel at the half and change up their game plan.
Yeah. I-twins here for Charleston. 3-step drop. There's Davis Reed once again on that drag route coming across the middle. He's going to go nowhere. A reception for 0 yards. How often did you see that?
Not very often. I don't know if he was trying to get behind the rest of his O-line to make some sort of break up there, but it didn't work out for him.
Here is Lakeman. That passer tipped it again. We could have saw another interception from a lineman, but the D-line for Louisiana just did not have their head on the swivel.
That was Blake Craze again, I believe, who's deflected a couple passes this game. He's kind of been all over the place.
Blake Craze has been around the league for a long time.
Long time.
He started off with London and then came over to Louisiana when they got their expansion bid. It's an I-quads. Man in motion. Here is Lakeman. Got his receiver right across the middle of the field. Ricky Spider with that reception, the rookie.
I think John Lakeman got nailed at the end of this play, but got the ball out right in time. He pulled up on him, which is good. That was a nice, tough catch in the middle there by Ricky Spider.
And that was the coach, Brian Craven, on the with the pressure applied on Lakeman. I spread formation here. 4-2 Nichols, the defense. They're going to hand it off to Logan. Logan gets jacked up right at the line of scrimmage and came streaking in from the linebacker spot is Gary Clem.
Nick Hoagland is leader on this team in terms of yards and average, but he's not had a super productive day today.
Would it be my fault if I call him Clemson sometime tonight? It will be.
Whoa!
My fault. Wow.
Craze almost had 6 the other way. If he was a tight end or wide receiver, we would be having a different conversation. But he's got those stone hands.
He may want to invest in catch for his progression this week.
But Craze has been everywhere. He's having a monster game.
3rd and 10 at the 29 here for Charleston. 4 wide receivers on the field. 5-step drop here by Lakeman. Got a receiver with a reception, and it's Odobe. If Louisiana receivers could catch some of these balls that Charleston is catching.
Oh, totally different story.
Absolutely.
I mean, Tommy Utah wouldn't be having a fit right now on the sidelines, first of all. But they'd be in a much better position.
You're right, and Adobe knew that the contact was going to come, but when you focus in on the ball and don't worry about the contact, that happens.
Yeah, he hung in there.
1st and 10 at the 45. A 16-yard pickup. Dump off here to Storm. Storm with a nice reception there out to the 49.
Yeah, it's a good dump off to Storm. Storm is a little bit better in receiving from the backfield than Hoagland. Hoagland's been getting a lion's share of carries, but Storm, that would have been, I think that's his 17th catch of the year.
Mm-hmm. I thought they were going to call it the 48. 7-yard pickup on the dump off to Storm. Here is Lakeman again. Dump off in the flats to the tight end. Brian Murphy.
Apologies, that was actually Terrell Sutherland who got that dump pass.
Yeah,
who's also been catching nice balls, about 14 so far this year.
Yeah, I thought it was Storm. I only saw
the 3. I did the same thing.
There's a 5-step drop. Lakeman one-handed catch by Davis Reed. Oh my goodness, down to the 30 for an 18-yard gain. What a pitch and catch.
Knew he was going to get hit too. I mean, these receivers are playing the kind of game that you're going to have to play if you're going to beat a team that hangs in there like Louisiana does. And they're looking fearless. I mean, they came into Louisiana. It's a away game. Their season's kind of hanging on the thread, and they're playing lights out right now.
Yeah, Davis Reed has been the #1 go-to guy for the receiving group. as he has 6 targets already in this game.
Oakland's stuffed at the line by Gary Klim there. He's seventh in the league in tackles for a loss, which is huge.
Yeah. That catch by Reed can be our nice hands catch of the game. Here is Lakeman. Davis Reed once again. 5-yard pickup down to the 25-yard line.
Davis Reed's racking him up. I think that was his 6th catch of the game. Yeah. He's been targeted 7 times. He had that unfortunate drop at the back of the end zone, but he is playing amazing right now.
Yeah, that nice hand catch brought to you by Retroid. We'll get to that here shortly. There is another catch by Reed. My goodness, did you see the circus twist catch? Looked like a 360 dunk.
You could have your pick of nice hands catches with Davis Reed.
This is a ballerina catch. Look at this. Oh my, what a nice catch. That has to be the Retroid nice hands catch of the game right there. Put your Retroid handheld in your hands and play the only video game with your player in it. SFL 2K 4K23. Here's a toss here to Hoagland, and Hoagland's going to be stopped for a 2-yard loss.
Yeah, it's interesting. This Louisiana D line has been really, really impressive. This has been a good defensive showing from Louisiana. These receivers are just making everything happen for Charleston.
Yeah. 2nd and goal right at the 13-yard line. Here is Lakeman, gets pressured. Bobbled pass.
That play had some potential if it had connected, but Lakeman pressured big time. Couldn't get that in.
Absolutely. This defensive line for the Revolution has been putting some pressure on Lakeman.
Yeah.
4 wide receivers set here. Gonna go quads. Lakeman's gonna dump it off to Reed. Reed down to the 5, maybe 4-yard line. Let's call it the 5. It's gonna be an 8-yard gain. It is to the 5-yard line, and will Charleston go for bring the offense out? No, they're going to settle for
take the points. They're going to take the points. Reed's had 2 opportunities to score 3rd and goal situations and failed to bring them both in. That would have been a really tough one.
There it is. There's the extra point. I mean, not the extra point. It's so close.
It's so close. Might as well.
That's what I said. The field goal attempt by Bretchett makes it 15 field goals attempt and made on the year.
But 80 yards, 16 plays, they come away with points. They've got to be happy with it. They wish they could turn these into touchdown opportunities, but they'll take the points.
Deep in the end zone is that kick by Pritchett. And Liam Hammer is going to kneel it.
What do you think Tommy Utah is saying in this huddle right now?
Somebody catch the darn ball.
I swear to God, if you don't catch the ball.
Oh, man. I wonder if he had a Tom Brady explosion on the side.
Yeah, we got to get that sideline cam going.
Oh, there's another bobble. This time by Salmons, and that could have been dangerous if he wouldn't have caught that. That thing would have probably been still in the air and could have been picked off.
That was almost 6 the other way, too. I mean, it's good they reeled it in at the last second. Salmons, maybe preventing a turnover there. That was tough, though. Oof.
I mean, did these guys, play with some baby oil before the game?
I don't know what's going on.
Grilled cheese sandwiches, maybe they all ate? Pre-game meal? That pass is almost intercepted, intended for Liam Hammer. Corey Menor on the deflection.
Yeah, right place, right time for Corey Menor. That's, Tommy Utah has actually been putting these balls in pretty good places. That one was that was not his best choice.
Yeah. Louisiana at the 18-yard line. 2-yard loss on the play with the bobbled pass to Salmons in the flat. 5 wide, trips down here to the bottom of the field. 5-step drop for Utah. Incomplete again. Double coverage. He had a guy in the middle of the field wide open, but he threw it in double coverage with Corey Minnie there.
Yeah, Utah, it's strange. He's making good reads, and then his receivers aren't catching him. I mean, the past few passes, he's been way off target.
And
Another
Vito
punt.
Lee's going to have to come back in for another punt here. All right, we're going to send it to SFL headquarters, back to Cameron Irvine with a game update.
Thank you, Damon. Over in Canton, it's in the third quarter, and Bryant Dynasty connected with Kyle Finnemore just before the end of the half, but it is a defensive ball game over there, too. 10-7, Classics over the Swarm. Both teams have been hot over the last couple of weeks. In the third, back to you in Louisiana.
Kyle Finnemore with a great one-handed grab there. Speak about Kyle Finnemore for a moment here. This season, he has been taking that Atlanta team by storm. I mean, he has put them on his backs and has basically become the #1 receiver over there. Here's Davius Reed on this drag route has been his route all night, and that's what he's been doing, picking up about 5 yards each time on that little short drag.
You know, Vita Lee, the punter for the Revolution, she might get tired by the end of this one, but Davius Reed's going to be really tired by the end of this game. 9 catches, 86 yards. He's having a full day, and it's not even the end of the first half yet.
He may be okay if he drinks some pickle juice. They're going to send, looks like Sutherland in motion. Looks like a wishbone formation once again in motion.
Old school.
That. Oh, man. I think when is it? Can't remember the last time I saw a wishbone. I know Ormy still runs it.
I feel like Earl Campbell was still playing last time I saw a wishbone. So. And Nick Hoagland got some yards on that carry.
Oh man. Here is Lakeman, drops back. That pass is almost picked off, but deflected by Blake Craze. He has been all over the field tonight.
Blake Craze has been having a great game. That was one of the worst reads so far by Lakeman. He's prone to make a few of those a game, to kind of get a little bit out of sorts. He's thrown 15 interceptions this year. That was almost his 16th. But Blake Craze has been playing well, too.
Absolutely. If you're new to the Simulation Football League, welcome. The SFL is football for everyone. Get off the sideline and start your player today by joining our Discord server at simulationfl.net. Click the Join the Community button and begin your career. Or just meet the stars of the SFL on and off the field. It's never too late to get involved. Here's Louisiana starting from their own 20-yard line. In motion is wide receiver Rigo De Niro. Here is Utah. Utah on a 5-step drop. That pass is tipped it away.
That was almost picked off there, but
that sure was.
Utah lucky that fell harmlessly to the ground. Feels like the Revs might have actually eaten some gumbo. A lot of it before this one. They're looking a little lethargic to me.
Yeah, they look a little heavy, don't they?
They do. Looking a little slow. Charleston's looking a little fast.
Because Charleston ate shrimp instead.
Yeah, that lean shrimp.
Here is Sammons. His best carry of the game. Picks up 10 for the first down.
That's clearly what they need. I mean, Utah needs someone to get something going. If it's going to be Dwayne Sammons, their leading rusher, so be it. Hopefully that sets up a bit of a cleaner passing game for Utah and the rest of this team, but they still got to catch the ball. That's the problem that they're having. But Sammons with a good run out there to the left side, found a nice hole in the D.
Salmon picks up 12 on that carry. That's going to be the 2-minute warning. You're watching the Simulation Football League presented by APM Music, live on the SFL YouTube network. League website for all leagues highlights, photos, galleries, major and minor league stats, and leaderboards, community content, and so much more. Check out the league's website at simulationfl.net, presented by Football Chef. stay up to date, and explore our past, present, and future. Johnny Utah underneath the center needs something going here. Salmons get caught up behind his own lineman and nowhere to go as Jack Brown comes away with the tackle right at the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, it's a little late in the half to be to pounding the rock maybe, but I don't think this is the wrong call. I mean, Dwayne Salmons is still averaging 5 yards a carry. It's probably the right formula to get him going.
They're going to go split twins this time here. Could take advantage of the slot. They're going to give it to Salmons, and Salmons going to pick up 2-3 yards.
Be interesting to see if Louisiana tries to air it out here to get into field goal range before the end of the half.
Yeah, I'm with your partner. I'm not sure why they haven't thrown it yet, but now they're in shotgun. There's a snap there right into the face of Utah. Utah steps back, got a reception, and a first down to go along with it. Steps out of bounds right at the 48. And it's going to be a 13-yard gain.
I mean, it's about time.
By John Michael Sutton.
It is about time. That was a great catch by Sutton. Huge drop back from Tommy Utah. He ran all the way to Bossier City to throw that one.
North of Louisiana. Right outside of Shreveport. Yeah, I know a little bit about that area. He also probably made a pit stop at Southern University. That pass is tempted, almost intended for Lyric Da Vinci.
Yeah, Utah tried to drop that into about 4 defenders. Actually, wasn't an off-target throw, really, but it was a dangerous throw nonetheless. Utah's only completing 20% of his passes.
Three-two dime. They're going to bring those guys up. They're not going to bring pressure. They're going to step back off. Here's Utah on another pass. And that pass is caught by Liam Hammer. His first tonight.
Yeah, that was an interesting look from Charleston's defense. Looked like a blitz. They backed off. Still didn't matter. Liam Hammer found a nice soft spot in the middle there, and Utah was able to get it in.
Here is Utah again. Deep throw down to the 11-yard line with a reception to Da Vinci again. Oh, no, that's De Niro.
That was De Niro, and De Niro was money on that one, hauling that in, giving Johnny Utah and this offense a chance to score some points at the end of the half.
And he had a defender draped all over his back.
Yes, he did.
Like a curtain guarding a window. Here is Utah. A little pressure by Charleston. That pass is caught this time by Da Vinci. Utah is starting to get everyone involved. I can't say start, as he has been throwing the ball all over the field.
It's not a lack of trying. He's been trying to get these guys involved. They finally woke up. Whatever he said on the sideline that last drive, it must be working.
It has absolutely woken up this offense. 5-4 is the Revs, as they are in goal line situation. You had made it clear earlier that each time that they have got into the goal line area, they have scored a touchdown. 100% on the season.
It's just scoring. It's not just touchdowns. It's also field goals. But it doesn't matter.
Don't speak too soon, my friend. John Michael Sutton with a one-handed grab. Say, hold your horses, John Warren.
They kept the streak alive. 100% scoring in the red zone. John Michael Sutton, he's been a really nice target for Utah all season. Hauls that one in one-handed in traffic. That was a really impressive one. Louisiana's got to be relieved that they've got something going at the end of the half here, and hopefully they can keep that momentum going in the second.
And Johnny Utah, 7 of 19. And if I'm not mistaken, 6 of those receptions, no, take it back. 5 of those receptions came off this drive alone.
Yes, that is correct.
Prior to this drive, he only had 2 receptions, and they're both were 2 players coming out of the backfield.
That's what I've got too.
And Collar. And you got to give. So go ahead.
I was just saying, Tommy's going to let these receivers live for another day, which is good for them because that was going to be an awkward locker room at half.
Yeah, it would have been. Charleston will start at their own 21. Like what you're seeing so far, smash that like button and subscribe to the channel. If you haven't already, the SFL produces over 400 events a year. There is no one else that gives you more football. Don't miss a minute of SFL or SFLM action and help the channel grow through your support. Help us out through that YouTube algorithm. I tell you what, they don't come close. They sure trying to live up to the hype of the SFL. I see them out there in YouTube land. Here is Hoagland, and Hoagland goes down. I don't know why I keep want to say Hoagland when I say his name, but it's Hoagland. I have to think of Hulk Hogan, you know?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. That's how I get it. Yeah.
I got the rock, brother.
24-inch pythons, and then his name comes out.
Let me run the rock, brother.
Here is Lakeman. Oh, that pass is dropped. 16 seconds left on the clock. I think they should just run this.
I'm surprised that they even passed that ball. I think they ought to kneel this, be happy to go into the half down by 1.
Yeah. Defense has been playing pretty good throughout the game for Charleston, despite the last drive. At their own 21, they're going to pass it anyway. Tipped it away by Jeff Melanishin.
Oh, now they got a punt. I mean, what is that? I mean, it's kind of a head-scratcher coaching decision there. Not like Louisiana's got a ton of time to get this down the field, but they moved it real fast last time, so we'll see what happens.
Louisiana's going to get it right around midfield or just top of the 45.
Yeah, I don't know if Utah's got the arm.
That's a big punt. Wow.
Big punt.
Yeah, if I'm Louisiana, I'm either going to kneel this thing down and hand it off to the halfback or so.
Eric Blueberry, that was a punt they needed. That was a good punt from the second year man. It might have saved them a Hail Mary opportunity. I just don't see this getting downfield, but we'll see what happens.
Now that punt went to Bossier City.
Yeah, it did. It did. That punt is gambling on the river right now outside Shreveport.
1st and 10 here. They're going to hand it off to Sammons. That's what they're going to do. They're going to play it smart and head this thing right into halftime with a 1-point lead. That's the first half, John. People, you're watching the Simulation Football League presented by APM Music. John, after seeing both teams in action here in the first half of the ball game, what's your take on the first half?
Well, it's not that surprising that Lakeman is airing it out. They're 3rd in the league in passing yards, so that's not super surprising. They wanted to come away with more than 6 points as 2 field goals. But if you're Charleston, you got to feel pretty good. They've kept Louisiana mostly out of that red zone. The one time they did, of course, they allowed a touchdown. Tommy Utah, his receivers has just been abysmal in the first half. They woke up a little bit at the end, but they've got to keep that going. I expect them to get the running game going a little bit to maybe get more balance here. It's been an interesting one. I expected a little more scoring. I don't know about you.
Yeah, I agree with you. As I mentioned earlier in the broadcast, that Louisiana averages about 30+ points a game, and the Charleston Predators are just right underneath that at 22 points a game. So 32 for Louisiana. But we're seeing great defenses by both of these teams that they come in tonight's matchup as number 6 and number 12 when it comes to defense. Here is the return by Adobe. And he's going to be brought down right at the 25.
Good return by Adobe. Tough run in there. Yeah, it's interesting. Charleston is such an interesting team. I mean, they're 3rd in the league in passing offense. They're 5th sixth in the league in yards allowed on defense. So you would think, okay, like this is better than a 3-5 team, right? Well, they turn the ball over. They allow a lot of scoring in the red zone. They just don't do some of the detail work that makes and breaks games. And that's why they're sitting there with losing record, but they're playing this game pretty well. They certainly don't look as tight as Louisiana.
4-2 nickel defense. Offset eye spread here. Handoff here to Seren Storm. Storm's going to pick up 8 yards there. Nice carry.
Yeah, that was a good carry by Seren Storm to start off this drive. Really, really good blocking there by Terrell Sutherland. It got to that second level and got the block to spring Seren Storm. It's good first play there. 8 yards on that carry.
Here is Lakeman underneath the center. Handoff here to Sutherland, the fullback. He runs through traffic, heavy traffic there right at the line of scrimmage, but he picks up the first down.
Never stop moving your feet. That's Terrell Sutherland in a nutshell. He could have been down there behind the line, but he kept moving, got the first.
Davis Reed in motion. I formation here. Lakeman got a receiver across the middle. It's Murphy.
Yeah, Murphy's been the most reliable tight end for the Predators. Those two rookies have not gotten that much play time. We'll see if that changes as the season goes on, but Murphy's been really solid.
2nd and 6 here for Charleston. Murphy's on the line of scrimmage down to the bottom here. Handoff here to Storm. Oh, nice move there by Storm. Picks up the first down. I couldn't see if he ran the guy over or if he just absolutely missed the tackle.
Well, I think it's a little bit. I think it was a little bit of both. That was that was a little. He got alligator arms there. That was
Solomon Hood on the attempt.
Yeah, on the attempt, he caught nothing but air on that one. That was a good run. This is a good start to this drive with this running game, waking up a bit for the Predators.
Question is, was Hood afraid to make the tackle? There's an incomplete pass there by Charleston.
Yeah, he did the calculus and said, you know what, if I don't make contact here, it's probably better. Probably better for me and my livelihood.
Yeah, but that's something you don't want to put on film because Monday they're going to crash you.
We'll be playing that back all week.
Strong ice spread. They're going to send the fullback in motion. Turn it into the weak ice spread here now. Hand off here to Storm. And Storm's going to pick up a nice gain. It looks like 6. It is 6 yard on the carry.
Lakeman's had a solid game through the air, but they must be thinking, okay, listen, we know Lakeman's a little turnover prone, interception prone. Let's get the run game going, put a little less pressure on Davis Reed, John Lakeman, see how things go. And so far, it's working out for them.
As they are cross midfield, right at the 45-yard line. Play action fooled me. I thought the halfback had it. Davis Reed comes up big again.
And that's what happens when you set up. Ooh, Seren Storm is down. Looks like he's in a bit of pain. Hopefully he's all right. But, this is what happens when you set up the run. The play action starts to work out. Davis Reed found some open spot, caught that ball, and 10 catches, 105 yards. He's having a huge monster game.
That is a nice day for any wide receiver, I tell you that much. It is there, 103 on the day. As that pass went for 17 yards at the 28. Lakeman gets a little pressure right up the middle. That pass is caught, but that was dangerous. Benjamin Warner on the reception, but man, he had a defender, Arthur, draped all over him.
Yeah, Evan Arthur was he was on him like a cape.
On a superhero?
Yeah, that was. You don't catch a lot of balls and get a lot of yards when that's happening. So it's good defense.
Yeah, split back spread here. They're going to send Adobe in motion. The 4-year veteran. Here is Lakeman on a 5-step drop. Gets himself a little breathing room. Davis Reed.
His connection is working. Why leave it? Why stop? If they're not going to stop it, why stop going to him? If it's your money play. Davis Reed, God, hanging in there. Double covered. That was a perfectly placed ball underneath. That had sailed a little bit. That could have been in the defender's hands, but that was a great pass. Another setup, 1st and goal.
That play went for 17 yards, down to the 11-yard line. Handoff here to the backup, and no, stopped right at the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, passes in for Seren Storm and almost got a touchdown. That was really close. We haven't seen
Hoagland in a while.
Nope.
Wonder if Hoagland got injured somewhere because the backup pass is still in.
Yep.
Seren Storm was getting both of the carries.
There we go.
Sutherland jumps over the top for a touchdown of his own.
Yeah, last week in the game I called Vancouver-Denver, the fullbacks were very, very active. This time Terrell Sutherland dives over the top. Puts Charleston on the board again with 6 more. We'll see if they go for 2 or just do 1 here. My guess is they'll kick it.
Yeah, they're going to go for the extra point here. But I'm with you. I would not have been surprised or would have blamed them for going for 2 here.
Yeah, when you need to win out for your season, feels like you got to be more aggressive, but they're happy to take the points.
Mm-hmm.
Charleston with a 6-point lead in the Shrimp Bowl. That's what I'm calling this, by the way.
I love it.
Low Country versus Bayou. It's the Shrimp Bowl.
Awesome name there for this matchup. Maybe we can get this SFL action going each season between these 2 teams. Here's Lemhammer. Hold on to the rock there, son. And I only said that because he fumbled earlier.
He did. That was scary. Yeah, we should make it traditional. Let's cook. We'll make etouffee and shrimp and grits and just kind of have a feast. We'll barely make it through the call because we'll be too sleepy.
Mm-hmm.
But that's okay with me.
Chris Brown in the chat say the Low Country Bowl.
Well, we'll see. We'll see if Charleston wins this one.
Here's Louisiana starting off at their own 27-yard line. There's a handoff here to, looks like Salmons, and Salmon's going to pick up probably 4.
Yeah, Louisiana's got to decide if they're going to try to get these this passing game going again. They had some momentum at the end of the half, but it's just not been very good looking before that. So we'll see what happens.
Yeah, you're right. They had a lot of momentum at the start of the half. Here's a toss play here to Salmons. Get an extra block out there. Picks up the 1st down right at the 37.
Yeah, that was a great block. I think that was Ross Napoli out there on the outside with the block that sprung Dwayne Salmons. Salmons moving his feet. Get that 1st down.
Look at a 38, 7-yard gain for Salmons. Another toss. Oh, that could have been dangerous as the defender was right there. Nice block there by the receiver, Da Vinci. And Salmons is starting to pick up steam.
Might have been, if not his best run of the day, very close to it. Salmons cutting back to the outside. Good play-saving tackle there by Corey Minner. Otherwise, that could have gone for a lot more.
Down to the 47, 15-yard pickup. There is a pass intended for the tight end, John Michael Sutton, but that's going to be incomplete.
Yeah, he had that touchdown catch in traffic, but man, you know, if they're not dropping him in open field, you know, Utah's been trying to hit him with these really contested catches. I feel like you want to set up the run a little bit more to set up these passing lanes a little bit better. They tried to do that with Salmons, but that one deflected.
Here's another toss to Salmons. Salmons bounces off that tackle, bounces off another attempted, and it's going to be inches shy of the first down.
Tough running there. Was that Hodis Odeby with that block on the outside? That was you always love to see wide receivers blocking for their running backs. It's a sign of hustle.
Yeah. Picked up 9 yards on the carry. At the 37, Salmons picks up the first down, bulldozes his way. Not going to get too much afterwards.
Tough running, though. This O-line's starting to look pretty good. That Charleston's bending, not breaking. But that was good blocking by Odette Boudreaux. I don't think we called her name yet, but
there's a 7-step drop here by Utah. Pump fake. Utah gets pressure, bounces off, then throws it as he was hit as he threw it. Incomplete.
I was surprised when doing my research this week. Odette Boudreaux has not always played for the Louisiana Revolution, but is there not a name more suited for the Louisiana Revolution than Odette Boudreaux?
I don't think it get it any more occasion than that name. And that pass is almost intercepted by Charleston. And it was Sam Boltner there on a deflection. Just couldn't reel it in.
Yeah, Utah is 7 of 22 at this point. It's not a good day at the office for him.
3rd and 10. I want to say that was the first pass on this drive on the previous play. Whoa, Utah stepped all the way back like he's playing Madden 05. I mean,
that 30-step drop.
And Charleston defense stands strong. It forces Louisiana to punt the ball.
And don't break. Got another punt coming here from Vita Lee.
Getting update from the stats truck. Mel Davis and Mike Daggs on stats for us tonight. Daggs informing me that there was 4 passes on the drive, all incomplete. Thanks, Daggs. I'm not sure how I allowed that to go over my head.
Well, we were talking about it. I mean, do they carry that momentum over? They clearly didn't. They're trying to get Dwayne Salmons involved, who's got 80 yards on the day, so not a bad running day so far. But Utah just cannot connect these passes, cannot drop these passes in. Some key drops as well.
There's a handoff here to Hoagland. Oh, nice run there. Hoagland picks up 8. Gonna give him 9. Wow.
Yeah, we were wondering where Hoagland was on that last drive. Now that Seren Storm is out, Hoagland's gonna have to step up and take the lion's share here.
Yeah, you would have thought he would have came into the game on that last possession of Charleston. You know, right at the goal line. You would think he would want to get in the action and probably get the touchdown. Yeah. He stayed on the sideline drinking Gatorade. Or maybe he had a nick injury he was getting attended to. I give him the benefit of the doubt. He was being seen by the medics. Here's Hoagland. Oh, nice cut back there to pick up the first down.
That was quick first down for Charleston. They might want to run some clock out, kind of milk this one. They had a couple of lengthy drives in this game, and that might be the key to victory here for them.
Here is Lakeman. Lakeman gets pressure. He's probably going to go down here, and down goes Lakeman, brought down by Chance Wall.
Chance Wall just too much time, too relentless on this pursuit too. He broke through. Chance Wall leads this team in sacks. That was his 6th of the year. Both of these defenses actually look pretty good so far today.
Second and 15. If you've never seen a country mile, here's one for you. Right at the 21. Lakeman gets pressured and fumbled on the play, picked up by Louisiana. Brian Craven, the coach.
That is just a heartbreaker for Charleston. They felt like they could probably milk this a bit, get some momentum going, and then right there, Lakeman just holding the ball too long. And that's been his issue all year. Turnovers. Usually it comes in the form of interception. That time he held on to it too long. Big hit, fumble, recovered by Brian Craven. Louisiana is in business. 1st and goal right away.
Although Brian Craven came away with the recovery, well, let's talk about the guy who forced the fumble, Chance Wall, who just had a sack
now he's
on
got
Lakeman
7.
the previous play. There is a one-handed catch, my good, by Lyric Da Vinci, as he just crossed Hollywood Boulevard.
Lyric Da Vinci painting his masterpiece. Look at that. One-handed grab, brings it into his chest. Knew he was going to get hit, but still made it past the goal line. Louisiana got a chance here to go on top.
Oh, what was that? That was like some Get Funky music there. I
like that bass line. Let's go. Yeah.
All right, John, we just saw a one-handed catch.
Yes, we did.
Do you remember the first one-handed catch that you have ever seen in a football game?
Oh, I feel like it was Michael Urban because I was a dyed-in-the-wool Cowboys fan, and he had a couple in the early 90s I remember pretty well. I think that was it.
I can tell you my first one-handed catch that I've ever seen.
What was it?
It was Jerry Rice, 49ers versus Rams. Jerry Rice was at the Z spot. Steve Young was the quarterback, not Montana.
Yeah.
And I mean, it was a bomb.
Yeah.
And the defender basically fell as Rice was catching the ball, and he just, with his right hand, just caught it and kept going in stride. Oh my goodness, that was a beautiful play.
He was a pretty good receiver. He broke my heart many a time in the early 90s.
I heard about that guy. Yeah. Here is nice spin move by Saran Storm, who's back in the game.
Saran Storm back in the game. That's good news for Charleston. Put this entire defense in the spin cycle.
Yeah, we don't need an update on Saran Storm.
Yeah, that was the update. I'm here and I'm spinning.
I'm back. Here is Hoagland. Oh, nice move there by Hoagland. Get off me. Get off me. Nice stiff arms there. Shading off those on tackles.
Lakeman's got to protect the ball. I mean, this running game is starting to come alive for them. The O-line's looking pretty good in run blocking. Lakeman just can't drop back and hold on to the ball too long. That's where he gets in trouble.
Yeah. Not sure if you noticed, but they've been basically running.
Yeah, they've been mixing it up a little bit more.
They're gonna dump it off here to Hoagland in the flat. Nice gain there, picked up 6.
Yeah, probably good to shift to some safer checkdowns in the short term, especially when this running back tandem is playing pretty well.
31 attempts on the night for Lakeman. At the 46. Lakeman underneath the center. 4-3 defense for the Rallies. Oh, Saran Storm gets skinny there, picks up the first down to the other side of the 50 at the 45 with a 10-yard gain.
I don't know if Saran Storm was actually injured or if he was just on the sideline eating his spinach. Because look at this. Look at this nice little juke in the middle of the field. Took 3 people to bring him down.
Really?
Good carry.
You're right. Probably was on the sideline getting a dose of spinach there. Lakeman drops back and the fullback is just all underneath him. Like, give me some breathing room, bro. He had to take another 3 steps.
Yeah, it was a little crowded back there. Gary Clem, he was the one that made that stop.
There goes the whistle, letting us know that it's time for the 4th quarter. Here's a look at our rights.
The Simulation Football League is intended for the private use of our audience. Any rebroadcast, retransmission, or account of the game without the express written consent of the league office is prohibited.
Thank you, Chris Curtis, for the rights of the SFL. Charleston swaps field positions now. Here's a handoff. Saran Storm picks up a few yards there.
Good dose of Storm continues with this drive. Charleston in good position. Now they've got to convert, though, on this 3rd and 3. Let's see if they go back to Storm.
At the 39-yard line of the Revs. They hand it off to Sutherland this time.
Wow, that gave him the first. That was close.
Yeah, that was really close.
Terrell Sutherland just did enough to get that ball. Oh, well, nope, never mind. We got a spike of the challenge flag.
Yeah. I was just going to say, I wonder if we would see a challenge here. And this is going to be our Retroid challenge of the game. Let's take a look at the Retroid. Let's take a retroactive look at the play presented by Retroid. Get your SFL console at GoRetroid.com.
Now in real time, I didn't think he made it, and that ball is in his right hand.
Did not
got
pass
turned. I don't think he got it. I think this is going to get overturned. And it was indeed. So Louisiana gets that challenge.
Mm-hmm.
Coaching staff.
The ref gets it right. You have to love it when the ref gets it right.
Yeah, that's why we have the replay system. You correct your mistakes. Sometimes it happens. That's okay. It's a bang bang game. It happens really fast. That was the right call. We're gonna go for it here, huh?
4th and inches. Why not? 4th quarter. Positive side of the field. Handoff here to Sutherland. No, I take it back. That's Saran Storm. No one was in the vicinity of Storm as they went to the weak side of the defense. Was wide open.
Yeah, I don't know if Louisiana called up a play action. If they thought that was going to be a pass, it looked like they kind of dropped off of their run coverage, and Saran Storm just got a really easy first down there. Good job by Predators.
Charleston at the 28-yard line. Davis Reed goes into motion. Haven't called his name much here in the second half. And that pass is incomplete, intended for Sutherland. Reed once again on a little drag route.
Sutherland's been involved in this game, and you just mentioned Davius Reed not getting called very much so far. I think he's only had 1 or 2 catches in the second half. I wonder if he's feeling winded or if things just aren't going his way.
Here's Lakeman going deep, finds his wide receiver for a first down. Adobe, who has been coming up big all game long when needed and called upon.
Lakeman needed to thread a needle here and absolutely does it. That was almost picked off by Nathan Blake, but that ball was perfectly positioned, and Jonas Adobe, that's a great catch.
It's a 16-yard pickup for Adobe and Lakeman. Charleston is banging on the door of this defense. Dumps it off to Hoagland. Down to the 3-yard line.
Oakland said, I'm going to catch this ball, and then I'm basically going to drag a couple people with me for about 6 yards. And that was an impressive run after the catch. Sets them up really nicely here, second and short.
35 attempts for the QB of Charleston today. Handoff here to Hoagland. Hoagland bulldozes his way and dials into the end zone. Picks up another rushing touchdown for the Charleston Predators.
Strong running, and Charleston is flipping this red zone script on Louisiana. They made it to the red zone a few times here, come away with a couple field goals, now a couple touchdowns. They're looking pretty good on these long, sustained drives. Louisiana's going to have to respond here. Looks like they're going to kick this extra point. I don't know, Damon.
I guess they're playing it safe since there's so much time on the board.
I guess, but yeah, you're 3-5. You got to make some stuff happen. I'd put some more pressure on Louisiana. But what do I know? That's why I'm in the booth.
Yeah, we're just a guy with a day job.
Yeah, I don't know anything.
We know, right?
I'm talking about food half of this broadcast.
You sure have. And everyone's in the chats talking about how much you're making them hungry. Now available, free to download. You can play the SFL video game on the go on the Retroid Pocket 3 Plus, an emulator for 4K 23. In the palm of your hand, in the palm of your hand. Order your Retroid today at goretroid.com. Search SFL and download our mod at simulationfl.net. 4K23 Retroid, the official console of the SFL.
Great return here by Liam Hammer. And just so you know, if you're sitting there and you're like, listen, I don't know if I'm good at emulation. I don't know all this newfangled stuff about getting, modded games. Listen, it's actually really easy. If you go to the website, it's super easy to set up. You should do it.
I like the way how you just gave some words of encouragement there, because
people are intimidated, but it's pretty easy and it's worth it.
And I'm one of them who are intimidated when it comes to downloading things, only because I'm so scared of viruses.
Yeah.
Mess around and click on the wrong thing, and that pass is almost intercepted by the defense of Charleston. And then look at here, Bolton is like, "Come on, buddy, you got to catch that incognito."
Guy incognito wishes he was incognito after this one. He's going to be in the film room, kicking himself after he didn't bring that one in. That would have been a game changer for sure.
Yeah,
but still good defense. Charleston's been playing pretty well this entire game.
Bolton is letting him know, hey man, that's a ball that you could have put in the trunk to put in the trophy case when you get home. Here is Johnny Utah. That pass is tipped it away. That's 2 passes in a row that could have been picked off. Thomas with his hands on that one.
I mean, tale of 2 quarterback games in this game. I mean, 230 yards for Lakeman. He's completed 71% of his passes. Utah he's just not been on fire. Drops, bad passes. It's just been not working.
Mm-hmm. Gonna go 5 wide receiver set. Here's that bunch again that we've seen earlier. Utah decides to go for it all. Incomplete. 4th and 10, and they have to punt it away. The defense of the Charleston Predators showing up big.
Well, Charleston knows that they can't. Louisiana hits the red zone, it's over. So they're doing a really good job of pinning them deep and saying, hey, you've got to get a few first downs before you get into the territory where we know you're going to score. And this has been the game plan, and it's worked. It's worked beautifully so far.
And I agree with you 100%. I mean, it has been an outstanding game plan. As Charleston come into tonight's matchup on a 2-game losing streak, as LA came in riding high on a 1-game win streak, and Charleston is basically holding their own here now, as they do have a 6-point lead here in Louisiana, and their last drive looked very, very good. Charleston, that is, and they can really make something happen, and for this team with the closing of the game coming up here shortly. Starting at the 33, handoff here to Storm, and they've been running heavy.
They have
here in the second half.
And listen, the Preds are at the bottom of the Atlantic. They're 3-5, but there's not a ton of separation between them and the Dragons and Skyhawks. I don't think they're going to catch the Vultures. In fact, they mathematically could, but it'd be tough.
Here's Lakeman. Got his guy once again on those drag routes. They have been money for this team tonight.
They have. They absolutely have. And Lakeman's been great. Listen, I criticize Lakeman for some of the turnovers. He held the ball too long on that fumble, that strip sack earlier, but he's actually played a great game. He's managed it. He's not thrown too many errant balls. He's played great.
4-yard pickup on the previous pass. Here's Lakeman. Oh, that was a dangerous pass.
Yeah, right on cue. Right on cue. I was like, he's really taking care of the ball, and he almost passed it right into the waiting arms of Rolliman Hood.
Yeah, man. If that would have happened, they would have been talking about commentators cursing in the chat.
They would have.
How could you do that to us? Why would you mention that? Yeah, we hear it all, man.
Blueberry with another booming punt. Holy smokes.
Yeah, I mean, this punter is really putting the boot to the ball. And here is Louisiana starting off at their own 23.
They clearly know the importance of field position in this game, and Charleston's been winning that game pretty handily.
Both teams has all timeouts. All 3 timeouts, should we say. Here's a split twins here for Louisiana. There's a toss. It's a dangerous toss play. Oh, but Salmon said, no, it's not. If the defense was in the correct defensive formation, that could have been dangerous with a blitzing linebacker right there. But
yeah, Dwayne Salmon says, I want to practice my choke slam real quick. In case this career doesn't go well, I'm going to go into wrestling, practice my choke slam. Got 2 of them on that play. That was an outstanding run. He's got 92 yards on the ground so far.
Out to the 35-yard line, 12-yard pickup on that run for the rookie running back. Here is Sammons again. Sammons gets skinny, bulldozes forward for 6 yards, now to the 41. We have a game update. We're going to send you back to the SFL headquarters with Cameron.
Thank you, Damon. Canton finishing off Atlanta here tonight in the 4th quarter. Dynasty pick by Connor Darien. Darien's 2nd pick of the night. Canton stays hot. They're 6-4. Snap Atlanta's win streak 23-13. Classics back to you in Homer.
And motion is John Michael Sutton. Utah underneath the center. It sounds like he changed the play 5 times. Cameron Caller on the carry. Now, that's his first carry of the night. It is.
Yeah, Collier. He's caught a pass, but I think that was his first carry.
Yeah. It was his first carry. It has been all Dwayne Salmons, as you mentioned. Salmons with 16 carries, just under 100 yards. At the 44-yard line. Did you hear that double count? Oh, there's a fumble. Charleston jumps on it. We got change of possession.
Wow, just like that, blink of an eye. That was a dangerous toss. We talked about dangerous tosses earlier. A guy Oh, wow. A challenge. That's interesting.
That wasn't a pass.
I don't think that was a pass.
This is going to be a wasted timeout by Louisiana. Just my opinion here, but that was a toss.
Let's take a look at this again. Maybe I'm well, that was a quick review. That was a really quick review.
Sure was.
Yeah, field stance. So they lose that timeout.
Yeah, that was a toss. And
I think that was incognito with the recovery, and he had that botched interception attempt earlier, making up for it with a massive game-breaking fumble recovery off of that really poor pitch.
And as I mentioned, the toss to the weak side where there's no blockers for that halfback is very, very dangerous. Here is Hoagland, and Hoagland goes nowhere. This defense followed by a wall there on the tackle, holding it down right there in the center of the field.
Chance Wall living up to his name there. Just nowhere to go. Charleston trying to run this out a little bit. They're trying to sneak out of here with a win. This would be a surprising one.
Mm-hmm. Charleston at Louisiana's 43. 4.5 minutes on the ticker. Lakeman gets pressured. They're going to call a PI on this. I think that was an uncatchable ball.
Yeah, maybe Lakeman saw something downfield that gave him the idea that, hey, maybe I can draw a PI here. But that was I don't know if I like that call, but it obviously moves the sticks. That's a huge penalty against Louisiana.
Yeah.
Lakeman off his back foot. That's a dangerous throw, but turned out all right.
Was that the first penalty of the night?
I believe it was.
We're going to split spread here. We're going to roll out. That pass is incomplete.
They got 24 yards on that penalty, moves the sticks, obviously moves Charleston into field goal range, which would make this a 2-possession game. And the way that Louisiana has not been able to move the ball, that could be the dagger if they end up scoring more points here.
And from Mike Jazz and the stats truck, that was the very first penalty of the game. And you mentioned it, John, 24-yard penalty on that play. Inside the red zone here, give it to Seren Storm on a spin move and breaks another tackle after picking up 6 yards.
Yeah, it makes sense to go back to the run game. It might be tempting to say, hey, let's really step on their throats here and score a touchdown through the air, but probably smart. Just keep this ball on the ground.
Yeah. Eye spread here. Shift of the D lineman to the weak side. Roll out by Lakeman once more.
Wow.
That could have been dangerous.
Very dangerous. Chuck Diesel was right there. Really the only guy within range of that pass. Lakeman has mostly been great. He's thrown a few errant passes, 2 of them coming in this drive, but 31-yard attempt here.
Here's Pritchett. High snap. The kick is up, and it's good. APM Music is unraveled music to bring your stories to life, inspiring every production with the world's most robust and constantly refreshed music collection, state-of-the-art technology, and world-class customer service. APM Music is the official soundtrack of the Simulation Football League. To explore their library and to find the perfect tracks for your projects, visit apmmusic.com.
All right, Damon, 2-score game, 4 minutes left. Put on your coach's hat.
Louisiana's going to have to air it out. I'm going to call empty formations the entire drive, whether I'm in the gun or underneath the center. I got to get some guys on the field, spread this defense out, find a weakness across the middle of the field if possible, and that's where I will attack the defense.
Yeah, I'd look for Hammer. I'd look for Da Vinci. Adam Banks can be a home run here. We've talked about his 18 yards average per catch. Mm-hmm. And De Niro, obviously, he leads his team in touchdowns. So he's got options. Tommy Utah's got options. They have just not been coming through today, but he's got to get it going right now. He's throwing 30% on the day.
The highest reception for Louisiana today, 2 receptions held by 2 wide receivers. Oh, there was a close PI call. Could have been a close PI there.
Yeah, it feels like if they called that one against Louisiana a few minutes ago, I think that one might also draw a flag, but it didn't. 2nd and 10.
Johnny Utah on the day, 8 of 28 for 99 yards so far. That first quarter just was not so good to the Revs. There's a target downfield. That pass is incomplete. And it was intended for De Niro.
And it's tough. Like this Charleston defense has been outstanding today. This has been kind of the norm. If Utah is, if he's getting open looks, they're dropping these passes. But even when, it's he's dropping this into so much coverage. His defenses look great.
Yeah, defense. The secondary sheds up, and if I'm not mistaken, I think Charleston is keeping their safeties back, and that's what it looks like they've been doing all game long.
They're preventing a home run here. That was a good catch by Liam Hammer, though.
There's another target across the middle. That's incomplete. That incomplete does stop the clock. 2nd and 10 here for Louisiana.
Louisiana still has plenty of time here. They can't get careless.
Michael Sutton on the line of scrimmage. Intercepted by the Charleston defense, and it's Bolter. He said, hey, yo, rookie, guy, incognito, this is how you do it.
This is how you catch. He was looking for Sutton. Just threw it a little bit too outside. Blockner with a great interception. That should seal it for the Charleston Preds. What a game this defense has had. Tommy Utah has just looked abysmal, and it's been mostly this defense.
And if you want to know the tale of the tape, or what was the turn of this game, that just might be it right there, because that's going to give Charleston the opportunity to seal this ball game. If they can get a first down or two, this could be a ball game here for Charleston.
Well, we said it at the top. It's simple math. Like, if Louisiana gets to the red zone, they're going to score. So what did Charleston do? They played amazing defense all game, kept them pinned deep. The punting game, the special teams game, keeping them on their side of the field the entire game was really the key here. Tommy Utah has just not been able to find a receiver.
Second and 4. That clock got down to the 4-second play clock.
Yeah, you don't want to mess around with that.
It's Brian Craven.
Oh, Craven with an injury. He's had a great game.
Yes, he has.
Hopefully he's all right.
Has a sack, fumble recovery, 2 tackles for loss.
Atlanta losing really doesn't put a ton of pressure on Louisiana, but if this score holds up, they're going to drop to 500. They're on the outside looking in of the number 1 spot against Florida.
Yeah.
In that division. That's tough.
And the way how things look this season, it's going to be hard getting into the playoffs with 5 losses on the record. It's going to be tough getting in at 7-5.
Yeah.
It's going to be very tough. Here is Sutherland on the carry.
Yeah, it's a log jam. Louisiana's on a bye next week, so they get to go home. They get to study tape. They get to say, "All right, this was not our best outing. We could do better than this. We know we can. We've won some good games." Mm-hmm. They're at home against Jacksonville. That's a super winnable game for them to get back on the right side. Then they go to Florida. That could be a playoff deciding game, and you don't want to go into Florida. That's the heart of the storm, and that's a tough draw.
Yeah, that's going to be the 2-minute warning. You're watching the Simulation Football League presented by APM Music. Monday night, join Cameron Irvine and Stephen Hacker as they break down all the action from the weekend on this week in the SFL at 7 p.m. Eastern before the Jacksonville Kings put their season on the line against the DC Dragons. Kickoff is at 8:15 p.m. Eastern Standard Time right here on SFL YouTube. Here is Hoagland, and Hoagland is going to be tackling to pick up that video.
The Predators will be watching that Dragons game really closely because they've got 3 games left on their schedule. They play the V8s at home. They go to Carolina. If they put a couple wins together here, they might be able to sneak in. It's a long shot, but there's some winnable games, especially if this defense plays like they have.
Yeah. This defense looked pretty nice. Nice hard run there, Bob. Hoagland.
You know what? I'm throwing dirt on Louisiana too soon, though. I mean, they've got a minute and a half or so. They're about to get the ball back.
Mm-hmm. Surprised they snapped it so soon.
Yeah. God, Blueberry's been pinning him deep. He's not going to get a game ball for this game, but this punter has been pinning him deep this entire game.
And that he has. I mean, having a punter that can, pin the opposing team deep on punts. Look, this is inside the 20.
Yep.
So Louisiana will be starting off at the 17. There's a pass intended for Sutton, and that's going to be incomplete.
I mean, they're going to be doing passing drills this entire week. I mean, they might not even get a bye. They may have to just go in, practice all week on just simple catches. Yeah. This has been a tough outing for this offense.
Empty formation here. They're going to send Liam Hammer in motion to the top of the field. Utah, 5-step drop. Winds it up. Got a reception by Da Vinci. Gonna go no huddle here. 1 minute and 33 seconds left on the clock. Utah taking all day. Incomplete. That does stop the clock with 1:28 on the ticker.
Yeah, Da Vinci and Sudeth have really been the bright spots, if you can call them that, for this passing offense. But still, it's just not enough consistency to string something together.
It's Liam Hammer in motion again. And good trips to the top of the field. 5-step drop. That pass is almost intercepted by J.W. Hartshorn.
Yeah, that was another tough attempt by Tommy Utah.
Hartshorn, a 2-year veteran, first season here with Charleston. Johnny Utah has changed the play 3 times. Intended for Liam Hammer there. 4th and 10, and Louisiana has no choice but to go for it.
Yeah, this is the game, and we'll see if Tommy can finally get something out of his receivers here. They're going to have to pass the ball, obviously, and who does he go to? Does he go to Da Vinci? Does he go to Sudeth? I mean, I feel like you try to get Sudeth in the middle, try to get something going. Maybe you work the sidelines, try to clock it, but just got to get something here.
Mm-hmm. Here's Johnny Utah. That pass is deflected away. Charleston turnover on downs. And they are going to steal the ball game. Held Louisiana to 14 points. An offense that scored over 32 points per game. The defense for Charleston showed up tonight. Wow.
This has been an outstanding showing. That's 23 passes defensed by this Charleston team. That's just remarkable. Tommy Utah has had nothing all game. 26% of his passes completed. Charleston go to victory formation and feel really good about this win. For Louisiana, this is a head scratcher. I mean, maybe you throw this one out and say, okay, like Charleston just came in, they showed up, their defense is ready, they had a great game plan, maybe we just chuck this out. But if I'm this Louisiana squad, if I'm a fan of this team, I'm looking at play calling. I'm looking at, okay, Dwayne Salmons had 98 yards, but only 18 attempts. It's some stuff doesn't really add up to me. Utah threw for 38 attempts in this one, only completing 10.
There's the kneel down there by Lakeman. And that's going to be the last play of the game.
And Charleston's going to even up the series. I believe Louisiana's won 3 of the 5.
Yeah.
And now this is even. So we're going to have a rubber match at some point. Best of 7 series for the Shrimp Bowl. Bragging rights, for now, go to the Low Country.
And that does it. Charleston walks into Louisiana and runs out with a victory. 23-14.
It's a big surprise for me. I really thought Louisiana would come out looking a little bit more confident than they did tonight, but they just had no answers for this defense. Utah really wasn't pressured all that much, but these DBs were just all over the place. They're flying. Blake Cray's all over the place. His D-line was batting down balls. It was just a really impressive game.
Absolutely. Mr. Warren, who would you label as the MVP of this game?
I mean, I would say, gosh, I mean, you can take your pick, a few players. I would say Lakeman. I mean, listen, he still took care of the ball. It wasn't necessarily, some of the throws that he made that, were really the game changers here, but he didn't turn the ball over except for that one time. He was throwing good passes. He was finding Reed. He was finding checkdowns. Reed gets the game ball if he keeps that game going from the first half. He was really clearly the first half winner, but I would give this game ball to John Lakeman for kind of managing this game to a victory.
I agree with you. Nice performance by Lakeman by keeping the ball clean. Not turning it over, as Louisiana love to cause turnovers. And I tell you, man, Davis Reed had himself a half in the first half.
He did.
Like you said, he kind of disappeared in the second. I think he only had two receptions or so in that second half. But hey, there it is, people. Charleston victorious over
It's a good game,
Louisiana.
DeMond. Enjoyed calling it with you.
Yeah, for DeMond Simeon, that's John Warren, Cameron Irvine, and the SFL Nation. Want to see you when we see you. Peace.